So I remember going onto YouTube and just looking at morning routine advice, just searching up what's the best morning routine to follow. Like, what do I have to do? And every single video, these guys say, all right, you got to wake up at 3 a.m. You got to do your cold shower, then your red light therapy, and then you got to do your gratitude journal, and then you got to meditate for 30 minutes. And I tried that. I tried to do that. I did those 3 4 hour long morning routines, but I couldn't get any work done afterwards. If you're anything like me and you want to try and do work, you want to try and record videos, you want to try and, get better grades in school, whatever it is, whatever work that you have to do, you need to allocate as much time towards it. And so you can't sit here and be like, oh no, but I can do my 3 hour morning routine and still do the work. You can, sure. I've done that before. Those 1 hour, 2 hour long morning routines where you try to do everything. For me personally, I find that I don't get shit done afterwards. I don't get shit done afterwards because you need to think right now, what is the priority for you? Is the priority all these habits? Like, they're still good habits. I'm not gonna shit on these habits. They're still really, really good habits, and you should still do them technically. But what's the priority? Is it that, or is it just getting work done? A realistic morning routine that you can actually try is not to do this 2 hour long morning routine. It's not to do red light therapy and cold showers and all this other stuff. You can still do that, sure. The best morning routine is literally just to wake up and work. That's it. It's just to eat the frog because basically eat the frog. All it means is that if you had to eat a live frog today, let's say like there's like somebody placed a frog in front of you and it's live and it's breathing and it's like dripping like goo and other bullshit, right? If somebody placed a live frog in front of you, when would you eat it? You had to eat this frog, by the way. It's required. You have to eat this live frog. When do you eat it? Well, the smart answer is just to eat it first thing in the morning, right? Why? Why should you do the hardest, most uncomfortable task, the painful task, first thing in the morning? Why should you eat the live frog first thing in the morning? Because if you try and eat that frog later in the day, what's going to happen? You can think back to those days where you had some hard task that you needed to be doing. Let's say it's the gym, for example. I remember I had one day where I was just pushing off the gym. I just kept pushing it off, kept pushing it off, kept pushing it off. Every single hour of the day I was thinking about it. I couldn't even get anything done. I couldn't get my work done. I couldn't, talk to my family, my friends, anything. Because I was just thinking about this one thing, like, okay, I have to go to the gym at some point. I was just procrastinating on it. And finally, like, I was supposed to work out at like 11 a.m. It was like 8 p.m. and I still haven't worked out. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it, fine. Let's go. Let's go. Like the gym's like, I don't really want to go to the gym. Well, let me just do like a home workout here. And it wasn't even that bad. Like, yeah, the workout was kind of shitty because it was at home, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So what does this mean? If I, for example, had just done my workout first thing in the morning when I woke up, the rest of the day would have been way easier. If you ate the live frog for breakfast first thing in the morning, then that's it. That's the hardest task done for the day. And then you can enjoy the rest of the meals afterwards to just cleanse your palate. Eat the frog first thing in the morning. That's it. Best morning routine is just literally just you wake up and you work. That's it. Because here's the thing. For me, I found that the best morning routines is not when I've tried to add shit in. It's not that. It wasn't about adding cold showers or meditation or red light therapy or whatever. Get sunlight first thing in your eyes in the morning. And that stuff is still really good for you. But the best morning routines for me is when I try to subtract things, when I try to sacrifice things, and I just focus on the thing that matters most. So maybe you can think right now, what can I sacrifice? It's not about trying to add things in. It's about trying to remove things. What can you sacrifice from your morning? Well, for me, what could I have sacrificed back then? Maybe I could have sacrificed waking up and still staying in bed. You know those times like when you wake up and you're tired as fuck and then you just stay in bed? That's actually just it's worse for you to stay in bed and try to get more sleep than to wake up. So why don't you right now think, what can I sacrifice? Maybe you can sacrifice, for example, waking up and just picking up your phone first thing in the morning Maybe you can sacrifice the 15 minutes that you spend in the morning procrastinating from your deep work task, just scrolling on Twitter. Maybe you can sacrifice that. Maybe even you can sacrifice those morning routines that you have. Maybe you can sacrifice, the cold showers and all that stuff. The best morning routine is not when you do all this other stuff. It's not when you have a 3-hour morning routine. It's literally just when you wake up. Maybe you have a shit and then you just get to work. That's it. This morning, all I did was I woke up, I took a shit, I brushed my teeth, and I just sat down and worked. And this is the most productive I've ever been. Why? Because I didn't spend 2 hours beforehand doing a bunch of other random stuff. Right after this deep work block right now, right after I record a couple of videos, then I'll do my morning routine, then I'll do, the cold showers, the meditation, all that stuff. You can do that right after your work, but focus on the one thing that matters most. And if you're watching this video, that is probably your work, isn't it? So you need to allocate as much time towards that. And how do you do that? You just wake up and you just do it. That's it. And yeah, it's going to be hard, fine. But again, with that story, when I pushed away that workout, I thought it was going to be really, really hard, like absurdly hard. That's why I just kept pushing it off. But when I just started, when I just did my warm-up, when I got into the flow of things, it was still hard. Don't get me wrong, it was still difficult, but it wasn't as hard as I thought it was. And so right now you might have this friction in your mind to be like, oh no, but I can't do it in the morning because of this and this and this and this, and my brain's not working in the morning, whatever the fuck. They're all lies, by the way. All your excuses are lies. You can definitely wake up and just work first thing in the morning. You absolutely can. I'm doing it right now. I woke up like 30 minutes ago. That's it. That's how long it took. The time that I wake up, the time that I start working is usually like, 30 minutes. That's it. You just wake up and you just do the work. You don't need these like 2-hour-long morning routines where you try and do every single thing. Just wake up and do the work. And then like listen, like I'm not trying to shit on like those morning routines. They're great. Like they're fine. But why not just do them after you do your work? Like after you do your work, you're tired, you can't do stuff. Then you do the cold shower and the meditation and whatever the hell other else like the morning routine said. But you got to allocate the most time to the thing that matters most. That's probably your work, isn't it? So just literally just wake up and eat that frog. And yeah, that frog's gross, it's like breathing, whatever. But once you eat it, it's like the rest of your day is just way better. Your days are made by the mornings. If you have a shitty morning, you have a shitty day. And so literally, like even if you're supposed to do the work, even if you just do like the regular morning routine, that is infinitely better. If you just do a regular like self-improvement morning routine, that's infinitely better than just laying in bed for another 2 hours. That's infinitely better than just fucking scrolling on Instagram as soon as you open your eyes. Your days are made by the mornings, so you gotta take this seriously. Your days are made by the mornings. Your weeks are made by the days. Your months are made by the weeks, and your years are made by the months. So it all starts with the morning, doesn't it? This is the most important time of your literally. This is probably one of the most important times in the whole day. It's just the morning. And if you can do that hardest, most important task, that high leverage task that you should be doing first thing in the morning, you can destroy your competition in whatever you want. You just got to wake up and do it. Hope this video helped you, bro. Take care.